Okay, what I want to show you now is just some of the additional features that are available to you. So if we go up here to preferences, I just want to show you there's all different types of stuff that you can set up here. So you can manage, for example, the KEI settings, so you can look at the number of searches, for example. So if you want to look at just local exact match, which is what we generally use, you can set that up. If you want to display, global, and you want to look at, phrase match or broad match, you can do that. And when it pulls those numbers that it shows you for competition, it'll use that data. Whatever you want, you can set that up. You can set up your rank tracking precision. Now, I'm sorry this is scrolling off the screen a little bit here, but let's just show you some here. As you click on rank tracking precision, you'll see over here you can set this for, it defaults to the top 100. But if you're starting a new project and you want to see where something is coming in, maybe you bump it up to the top 500 or top 1,000 at first to see initial rankings and watch the progress from a higher level, so to speak. You can do that. There's different ways of controlling how it does the search, whether it successively goes through page at a time, or it looks at the last position, or 100 results per page. It's not as accurate, but sometimes when you're just getting started and you want to find results quicker, you can do that. There's lots of different options here that are very, very powerful. You can control the workspaces. I've talked a little bit about that in some of the videos and in the review, where you can define custom workspaces that you like. I have these that I tend to work with. My default, in my default, I like to see different fields. So I like to see the notes field. I use that a lot. And these are types of things I only look at Google. So that's what I prefer to see here. Then you'll see some kind of other ones on my money makers. I can do different criteria. So for this particular one, I'm looking at sites, and I change this based on the domain and what I'm working on. But sometimes this one's looking for stuff that's on first page, and then also looking at a certain search volume here that I've added as a criteria. So there's lots of different things that you can do very easily to create these managed workspaces, or they're essentially a view from a database perspective. If you've got any database background, you'll understand these are essentially a view to the data. You can select which search engines you want to use. Again, I typically just work with Google, but you can, grab Bing and Yahoo and AOL and Alexa and Alta Vista and all the web and anything you want. Not only that, but you have, as I've shown elsewhere, you've got the countries that you can choose. So, and in each country you go to, then you've got the search engines within that country as well. So this is very powerful. Now we can come in and look at some other options that you can set up. You can set up your reporting templates, which are really nice. You can have these are all customizable, so you can go in here. We have custom templates that we've set up, and you'll see they've got their own kind of mini programming language here, so you can define and customize these however you want, and it's all done in HTML, but then they've got kind of their own macro language, so to speak, here. This in red that's showing you to do conditional logic. And if you're not a programmer, you can just find somebody on Digital Point or somewhere else to do a quick project for you and have them do that. But this is very powerful because it allows you to get to this data and present it in any way that you want. And you can do a quick preview here, and it'll show you an example of the data and how it looks based on what you've done. Okay, so that's some of the reporting options. Other stuff that is really nice is some of the proxy settings here. You can use different proxy rotations. This is really useful for doing all different types of stuff there without having to get Google IP filters and stuff when you're pulling down a lot of data. You can use random user agents, so it'll simulate different types of browsers combinations and operating system combinations. Very powerful stuff here. So anyway, just wanted to show you a little bit of that. The scheduler here is also something that is really nice to work with. You can add events and select which project you want to do and how frequently you want to run them, whether it's daily or nightly or once a week or whatever you want there. You can define custom export templates here. So if you want to do an add and export and the template is, a CSV file, for example, or this is really very powerful. We use this a lot to export directly to a SQL insert statements, and it generates the insert statements that you can use into a MySQL database or whatever other type of database you're working with, and keep your own record of all of this data. So all of these can be automated. So as you create a report type here, you can also go into the scheduler and then automate that into a nightly task, so that you could FTP it up to a site, for example, and then have a little cron job that loads it into your database. It's just an example. Different language and miscellaneous global settings. So that's pretty much the most of it that I wanted to show you here. But as you can see, there's many different options and powerful features of Rank Tracker that really make this geared towards the pro. I mean, it gives you everything you need, and you just don't find this in most of the programs out there. It may be a little more than you need at first, and probably is. There's probably several features that you won't use initially, but we found that it's very nice that you don't outgrow it. There's very little that's missing, and that makes it a very powerful tool for the long term. So when you get started in the beginning, you've got something that you can grow into over time.